It's truly the end of an era for the Nagaland press and media industry. Nagaland Page, a pioneering English newspaper based in Dimapur and a forerunner of the English print medium in the Northeast region, is closing after 25 years. Long-time editor and reporting stalwart Monalisa Chankija spoke to the media on Tuesday, January 7 at an emotional press conference in Dimapur, celebrating the milestones of the newspaper as well as the challenges it had faced. Chankija gave the reasons why she was closing the newspaper. Chankija, who is a celebrated and award-winning journalist, considered a totem of her generation of journalists, started Nagaland Page in May 1999. So after Nagaland Post, Nagaland Page was the second English daily in the state. Ironically, Nagaland Page had celebrated its 25th anniversary on May 29, 2024. Let's go over to the press conference during which Chankija explained the circumstances behind the closing of the pioneering newspaper.
First of all, Happy New Year to all of you, and also thank you very much for coming here today at such a short notice. Now, you may have noticed that we are well into the second week of January, but Nagaland Page is yet to hit the stands. Perhaps you are wondering why, or maybe not. I have invited you here today to inform you that after much consideration, I have decided to fold Nagaland Page. Our last issue was published on December 21st, 2024. You may now wonder why I have taken some time to announce the closure of Nagaland Page. This is because I wanted the Christmas New Year holidays to be over, and I needed some time for myself before I went public. I've been a journalist since April 1985, writing for several newspapers and magazines in and outside Nagaland. After 14 years since I joined the media, I started my own daily newspaper, Nagaland Page, in May 1999. So after Nagaland Post, Nagaland Page was the second English daily in the state, and we celebrated our 25th anniversary on May 29, 2024. You, as everybody else, will wonder why I made this decision. The reasons are financial and personal, and not necessarily in that order. Nagaland Page was never on a strong financial footing right from the beginning, but somehow we managed for over 25 years, mostly on love and fresh air. Now, because of personal reasons, love and fresh air is clearly not enough. Facing reality is a tough call, but a call that must be made. Mine is not the first paper to fold, nor will it be the last. While it is not mandatory to publicly announce the folding of any newspaper, because I have been a journalist for almost 40 years and in public space, I felt the need to make this announcement. Besides, I wouldn't like anyone to think that I have slunk off like a coward. I would like to state that although with the closure of my newspaper, I ceased to be an editor, I will always be the founder editor of Nagaland Page. Also, while I am not an editor now, I remain a journalist and a member of the media fraternity of Nagaland, and I will continue to write as long as I am able. However inadequate the term, I take this opportunity to say thank you to each and every person who have been an integral part of our Nagaland Page journey right from day one. I don't have the right words to convey my gratitude to so many people who throughout the years extended unstinting assistance, support and cooperation in every aspect of our production process. not least in training the new recruits in our initial years, news gathering, IT, in the machine room, etc. But please know you have a very special place in my heart, and for always. I place on record that I cannot ever adequately thank my team, the Nagaland Page family, who stuck with me and borne with me through thick and thin from day one. I would like to say, some names, but I will refrain lest I inadvertently omit anyone. But you know, and everybody knows who you are. My Page family has stuck to me and stood by me, especially through all the dark days of my professional and personal challenges. You will always remain a big part of my life, as much as our readers, advertisers, well-wishers, distributors, hawkers, and the public at large. In the history of the media in Nagaland, the closure of Nagaland Page is an end of an era. But the media here will continue to grow from strength to strength and in newer manifestations. Each new day, each new year comes with numerous new beginnings and endings. There will never be another Nagaland Page, but I am very confident there will be newer and better institutions to take its place. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. As you can see, it's quite emotional. But if you would like to ask some questions, although I think I have been quite clear, but in case.
Will the Nagaland Page carried forward by someone else, or it will be the end of Nagaland Page?
Yeah, as I said, I'm folding it up. Now, unless some group, or individual or group of individuals decide to buy the paper and continue, then it'll end here.
So have you put it up for sale?
Mm,
Any potential buyers?
well, there have been people who have shown interest, but then I'd prefer they show more interest. I mean, that is one. And also, I thought we should let this festive season be over, and I think everybody is still quite hungover from all the festivities and weddings and all that. So instead of rushing things, I would like to take my time, and I would also like to give time to whoever is interested.
So can it not continue as an online edition?
No, that is also not possible. I have cited personal reasons, and online is very taxing, much more than So one of the personal reason is my health situation. It's not like I'm about to die right now, but it's not. I mean, I'm not a spring chicken, as you can see. I've been in this. In this profession for the past 40 years. I started out when I was 25-year-old, freshly half out of university. I mean, I was still a I was still an MPhil scholar at that time. So now it's almost in April, this year April, it would be 40 years, and it's very taxing on the body, on the health. And ours was a very small paper, and just few of us running it for over 25 years actually.
So what will happen to the past publication and edition? Will it be available online, or will the website shut down?
Actually, I haven't thought about that, so we'll have to talk with our IT people, and we'll have to sort that out. So there are so many things we need to sort out. We'll have to take that, one by one. Yeah.
The name, the brand, Nagaland Page, and the name, in the name of the founder publisher, Mona Lisa Changija. I mean, these are big names as far as Nagaland is concerned and in the region. So, wouldn't you want it? Wouldn't you want the brand to continue?
Oh, I would definitely want the brand to continue, but the way I see it, brands continue on, with some kind of support. But now I cannot, physically and financially extend that support. It is very taxing to be a journalist. You yourself must be experiencing it every day, especially the late nights. Okay, so for a 60-something year-old woman to be up every night late, it's definitely very taxing. And it's not as if in the daytime you're sleeping the whole day, So it's very taxing that way. So somehow I have to, take a back step, and I have to decide what I would, So while the brand is important, I think my life is also important now. So, yeah, but I will continue writing, and I don't know. I would like to continue writing my couple of columns. If anybody has to make an offer, I'll be happy. But I will also continue writing focus on my creative writing, my poetry, my short stories, and essays and all that. So I will not stop writing. And now technology is there, and hopefully I'll have to learn. I will begin with ABCD of the technology, IT, whatever. And don't forget social media.
Now, what of the employees?
Beg your pardon?
What the employees?
Yeah. Almost all my machine staff, they were anyway part-timers. They anyway have a job. And some of my correspondents also, they were part-timers. They already have a couple, 2-3 of them. To the best of my ability, I'll try and help them. And I hope that some of the papers will generously absorb them. But somehow, we'll see. Things will work it out. I still can't release a couple of my stuff because that closing down process is going to take time, and so they are still in my employment.
So if tomorrow, or say in the next few months, if you find a backer, a supporter, will you reconsider the decision?
See, if there are two things here. You're talking about an investor, and I'm talking about a buyer. So an investor may come and invest, but what would be the strings attached? I would consider that first. And secondly, if I can't physically work for my own paper, how can I work foreign investor, if you understand what I mean. Okay. Now, if it is a buyer, she will buy the paper and then they will, that will have, I will help during the transitory period, couple of months, I will be there. I may even write for it occasionally, but I will not be I will not be involved with the administration, with the management and, things like that. So you see, it's, as I said, it's a hard call to make, but I have to make this call, number one. And secondly, as you advance in life, chronologically and otherwise, you start thinking things and you say that, there's so much more to life, which I would like to do before I am unable to do. Okay, maybe in my younger days, I wouldn't have thought that. But, you go through specific phases of life, and then your objectives in life change. Maybe it will happen to some of you when you reach my age, or maybe it will not. But I know in Nagaland, people are not used to, somebody, suddenly saying that, okay, I'm quitting and I'm going to take up something new. That's totally, you read about it. Okay, you read about it, about other people, in India, or some, rich men, some top corporate honcho quitting and then becoming a sannyasin and all that. Not that I'm not going to do that, but I'm not going to become a sannyasin or whatever. But people, think that, okay, this is not what I want to do, and I am using my right to choice. Okay, I am using, in my younger days, I chose to be in this profession. I chose to be in this profession, and my right to choice doesn't end there. Every day we have a right to choice, right? So now at this point of my life, I choose to say that, okay, the paper is one entity, and me as a person is another entity. So, somewhere I have to make a choice. I have to make a decision, right? But, just let's also get one thing clear. All journalists are not paper owners, and all newspaper owners are not journalists. Okay, I was a journalist, I became a newspaper owner, and now I'm going back to become a journalist again. Not that, because of my journalism background, even while being a newspaper owner, I still continued to be a journalist. I still continued writing. Okay, now I am back to being a journalist. Okay, and I will carry on. As I said, I will write for as long as I am able to. It all depends on my health and, the capacity to write. So that is there. Otherwise, I do plan. I do have a lot of things I would like to write. I keep on thinking about them. But being an editor of a newspaper, there are so many things we cannot do. The time just does not permit. But I would like to, focus now back on writing again. And I think in the process, I will probably make some people more unhappy.